Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm here in Conwy and today I'm doing the last leg of the North Wales coast part of the Wales Coast Path, and I'm going to be running 16.5 miles from Conwy to Bangor. So here you can see behind me we've got Telford Suspension Bridge. So this was built in 1826, so it was finished in 1826, and it formed the road from Chester to Bangor back then. It's one of the oldest suspension bridges that carried a road in the world. And so you can see also Conwy Castle just behind me as well. Conwy was actually a garrison town, and Edward I built Conwy Castle and also the walls around Conwy, and it was a town for English settlers who were protected by that wall, and the Welsh were forced out of the town when it was built, and so it was a place where Edward I could control the strategic position on the Aberconwy, the mouth of the River Conwy. And yeah, so just to go into the run that I'm going to be doing today a little bit, I've done a bit of a review and research into the paths that we're going to be taking, and although there's some paved paths, it's going to be quite a large section of dunes and coastal paths near fields. So it's a trail shoe day today, and so I'm going to show you a couple of things around Conwy before I get started. During Owain Glyndwr's revolt in 1401, Conwy Castle was captured, and the town of Conwy was set alight as the Welsh took control back, and that lasted for a while, but eventually Conwy was recaptured by the English towards the end of Glyndwr's revolt. And in Tudor times, though, the Welsh and English in Conwy lived peacefully side by side, and until this present day that was the case, apart from, of course, when the rugby is on. My second walled town or city, first one being Chester along the Wales Coast Path at the beginning, and now Conwy, this one built by the English, and Chester walls built by the Romans. This is St Mary and All Saints Church in Conwy. So in 1186, originally Aberconwy Abbey was built here on land granted by Prince Llewellyn Fawr, but in 1283 King Edward I moved the abbey up the river so he could build the fortified town here in Conwy. Here we are back at the smallest house in Britain. It's you can see part of the wall, one of the gates for the wall is coming off the end of it. It's actually just this bit here that is the smallest house in Britain. Apparently the last person to actually reside here was a fisherman that fished locally just across the way here, but ever since it's been used as a museum. But that's enough sightseeing, let's get on our way. This is more for Conwy, and it might look like your average marina full of boats, but it was actually the base for constructing sections of Mulberry Harbour, which was a series of floating piers that were constructed and taken over to be used as part of the D-Day landings in Normandy. back at the Great Orm's Head and Llandudno, and then looking over towards Puffin Island. The cool thing about running or cycling along this route, as you hug the rock around Penmaenmawr, where the road goes under the bridge for both sides of the dual carriageway, you get to actually see where the rock was cut for the original road to Bangor from Chester. Just look at this. I'm thinking of the engineering that went into this to create this road where it hugs the sea, and you could see the drop down the side. It's quite fascinating as you look at Anglesey in the distance, and then as we come around we'll see Penmaenmawr. Penmaenmawr. It's a town of two halves. Before the A55 dual carriageway was built, there was an attempt to bolster this up in the Victorian times as a seaside resort. And when the tide's out, it's actually quite a nice sandy beach. It's a lot quieter than other resorts in North Wales. But on the other side of the town, you can see the workings of the quarry, and up in the distance you can see the clock that was used for the quarrymen, so they could see their times, shift times and whatnot. But a beautiful place, Penmaenmawr. It's just a shame that there's such a busy road ripping through the town. If you have time and you like whiskey and you want to take a little detour, you have the Aber Falls distillery just a short distance off the coast path. It has quite a nice visitor centre where you can do tours, have a look around and buy whiskey. Great stuff. Been there before. I'm not going to visit it this time. I want to get on with the run and get back and get some lunch. just coming into Bangor now. That was a long run with some necessary detours. Phew. So that's Penmaenmawr that you can see over there. It was originally used to transport coal from Bethesda quarry, but the quarry shut down and is now a large zip line. I don't know if it still is, but it was once Europe's longest zip line. So I made it here, Bangor Pier. It was opened in 1896 by Lord Penrhyn, and paddle steamers used to transport tourists from Liverpool, Isle of Man and Blackpool when they tried to establish Bangor as a seaside resort. So yeah, made it. There were some detours, and I think it'd be worth, if you're going to do this run, checking the tide times, because with the tide in, I had to take a detour near Abergwengerin, and otherwise I would have been swimming. So in total it was 17 to 18 miles when it should have been 16 and a half, but fantastic run. Trail shoes are the right way to go, not road shoes. There's quite a few pavement bits, and so I felt like the knees were quite pounded, but there's so many sand dunes. I made the unfortunate mistake of wearing short socks. Not a good idea. Sand gets in them and they're like shards of glass rubbing against your legs. There were a couple of times where I had to pull them off, dust them off, empty my shoes and then carry on. But fantastic run. Would well recommend it. You can see views of Snowonia now as well, and so yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, follow.